John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, this is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. It's now my 30th year in the credit industry. So 30 years of experience in the credit industry. I have spent time at FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 generally recognized credit bureaus in the United States. And so today's question has to do with disputes, credit disputes. Specifically, why would a credit bureau ignore a dispute if you submitted it? So there's a few reasons why they may ignore it. Number one is they may not have received it. So there's a variety of ways you can submit disputes to the credit bureaus. You can certainly submit disputes online. You can certainly submit disputes also through the good old-fashioned U.S. mail system. So certainly if the credit bureau does not receive your dispute, even though you sent it, then obviously they don't have to respond to it. And the reason, this seems kind of like a silly example, which is why a lot of people, when they submit disputes through the mail system, will do so using certified mail. That way you know it has landed safely and that it has reached its intended destination. So that's one reason. Another reason could be that the credit reporting agencies don't understand your dispute. So let me give you a really, really good example. So consumer files a dispute with the credit bureaus, but they don't specify what item on the credit report it is that they are challenging. So, your credit report may contain pages and pages of information, and you send a letter in and it doesn't really specify any one of those items. So they don't really know, any reasonable interpretation of your communication doesn't really yield any sort of specificity as to what item you're disputing. So that's another reason. So they got it, they're not ignoring it, they just don't know what to do with it. Third is that your dispute is not clear. So here's an example. Let's say you have something on your credit report, you write a letter to the credit bureaus, and the letter indicates, hey, I disagree with this. Okay, well, what about it? It's not mine, the balance is wrong, I was never late. What about it do you not understand, or do you not agree with it? So again, a reasonable interpretation of that letter might be that they don't understand what you're disputing. Another one that's pretty common is the item that you're disputing isn't even on your credit report. So you may have pulled your credit report from, say, Equifax and saw something on there that you were concerned with, and you've sent disputes in to all 3 of the credit bureaus. The problem is that you didn't check your Experian or TransUnion reports prior to doing so, and the item that you're disputing on your Equifax report isn't even showing up on your Experian or TransUnion credit report. So clearly they're not going to investigate an item that's not even on your credit report. So those are some pretty good examples of disputes that might be ignored. Also, the credit reporting agencies, if they believe that your dispute is frivolous, meaning that you just keep disputing the same thing over and over again, and you're not really adding any sort of additional information to clarify your dispute, they also have the ability, per the law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if they deem your dispute to be frivolous, then they don't have to do anything with it, even though they did receive your dispute, even though they did understand your dispute. That's pretty uncommon. Most of the time, the credit reporting agencies will allow the disputes to kind of flow through the system, even though they do have the capability, if they deem it to be frivolous, to ignore it. So how do you get started? Well, it's pretty easy. You've got to pull your credit reports. You can do that for free at annualcreditreport.com. Those are going to be your credit report disclosures. Those are the reports that you are entitled to under federal law. Through April of 2022, the credit reporting agencies will let you pull your credit reports weekly through that website. So that's a pretty consumer-friendly policy that the credit bureaus have right now. And it's because of COVID and how people are staying home and people may be out of work, and they've got these different accommodations through the CARES Act. And so giving people kind of like ready and almost constant access to their credit reports is really actually a good thing that the credit bureaus have done. So if you have any questions about the dispute process, then please drop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get to them. Thank you very much for watching. Check your credit reports. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.